Hey, Christian Piscatelli here with KMP Homes in the Finger Lakes region on Owasco Lake, coming at you with the 2026 Midyear Lakefront Housing Market Report for Owasco Lake. We're going to cover everything from the median sales price to the price per waterfront foot, how many days it's taking properties to go under contract, and how many days it's taking them to the close after they go under contract. You're going to want to tune in because we got a lot of data to cover at KMP Homes like we always do on these market reports. Okay, so thanks for tuning in. We are going to just go to kmp.homes, and this will take you right to the main website. And from there, we want to go to Lakefront Market Reports, and you'll see that it brings up all the lakes that we cover at KMP Homes, and we're looking at the 2026 mid-year report specifically for Owasco Lake. As you can see, we have a summary of what Owasco Lake's market has done compared to last year. And these are all of the single family homes that have sold from January 1st through June 30th. This is a summary of those statistics. Everything from median sale price, average sales price, and median sale price per lakefront foot, all the way to the average sales price per square foot. So in general, Owasco Lake's mid-year lakefront housing market for 2026 showed significant departures versus 2025 year-end results. While the median sale price was in line from 2025 year-end, the average and median sale price per lakefront foot shows continued pressure from 2024 to 2025 and even 2025 to 2026 mid-year. Sellers are receiving a larger portion of their original list price compared to 2025. However, that's likely due to tempered expectations of price demand going over those last couple years. But the sales price per square foot has also dropped. We'll skip right down to the summary statistics here, and we can see that the number of new listings that came to the market mid-year have been 18, whereas the total number of listings that came to the market in all of 2025 was 48. So there's definitely some ground that needs to be made up in 2026. We have 6 months to go of data, so this number is easily going to change as properties come to the market in July, August, and even September. Not a lot of properties come to the market in October, November, and December, simply because who wants to be out there looking at properties as the weather gets worse and worse throughout the year. The number sold, there's only been 4 properties, and one of those was actually an old restaurant that sold, and it was sold as a single family home. However, there were 15 that sold altogether in 2025. So again, a little bit of ground to make up, but we have 6 months to go. You can see that the median sale price, where half the homes sold for more and half the homes sold for less on Owasco Lake, is about flat. It's about $700,000, down $1,000 in 2026. The median cumulative days on the market, that's from when the listing hit originally to when the property went under contract, is actually down. So it's taking less time for these properties to go under contract on median, 53 days versus 77 days in all of 2025. The two most important metrics for lakefront footage or lakefront sales are the average sales price per lakefront foot and the median sale price per lakefront foot or waterfront foot or frontage foot. You can see that from 2025 year end, the average is down by about 18.7. And it looks like there is downward pressure on Owasco Lake. I'm not surprised at that. Owasco Lake ran hard for many years, and I do think that the property and the prices are catching up with Owasco Lake. Again, 6 months to go with this data. Let's see how this shapes up. I'm really excited to see how 2026 rounds out. Days to close is a new metric I am covering, and you can see I didn't have a result for 2025, but the time from when the property has a contract and all the contingencies are cleared essentially a pending sale, approximately 2 months to close and get to closing for these lakefront properties on Owasco Lake. Effective tax rate for Owasco Lake surprisingly actually saw a decrease from 3.28% 2025 year end down to 2.89%. That is all of the taxes combined. That's property tax, county, town, village if you're in a village. Then there is any special assessments, and this also includes school taxes. So it's a total tax divided by the assessed value gives you your total effective tax rate. The original list price to sales price ratio, in essence, this is how much of a discount sellers are giving up on their original asking price. You can see that it's actually they're gaining about 10% versus 2025 year end. Now, again, I kind of mentioned this in the summary. I believe that it's because the market has slightly changed for Owasco Lake. It ran hot and heavy for long, and I think the expectations are being tempered on how much sellers can ask for their home above market value. So you're seeing the asking prices get a little bit tighter and closer to a fair market value here. More so compared to 2025, where I think we were reaching for the moon. That's about a 14% discount that was given up in 2025, and really only about a 4%. So that's a big gain. That's a strong positive gain. The average sales price per square foot, you can see there's a little downward pressure, about 11% down from 463 year end at 2025 to 410 in 2026 mid-year. I don't put all the weight on one single metric here. I like to look at all of these combined, and I think altogether the metrics here are painting the picture that I describe in this summary here, that Owasco Lake is seeing some downward pressure. It doesn't mean that the market isn't declining. It's just not accelerating. It's just not appreciating as fast as it has been in recent years. Again, you can see these are the actual sales that took place on Owasco Lake for the last 6 months, or 6 months mid-year. And there's the biggest discount was given on the restaurant property that I had mentioned, where they took about an 18% haircut on their original ask price. On average, properties are about 145 feet of frontage. And again, the summary statistics basically roll in this average and this median data right here. On average, about 2,000 square foot properties are also selling. So, well, thanks for tuning in as we covered the 2026 mid-year lakefront housing market report for Owasco Lake. I hope you found that information informative, useful, and valuable. For more information about the other lakes like Seneca Lake and Cayuga Lake, tune in at kmp.homes/lakefront or check out my other videos on my YouTube channel. Once again, thanks for joining.